This video is sponsored by GHD.
Hi loves, it's Sam. So I have had so many requests for how I curl my hair tutorials of like my typical, just like big, voluminous kind of curl waves. Today I figured I would film it for you guys as I was curling my hair anyway. How to get big hair, how to make it look like you have way more hair than you have, how to make people think that you have extensions and full, luscious, just delightful, long, thick hair when really you don't have very much hair at all. I used to have really thick hair when I was younger, then I had kids, I breastfed my life away, they just took all my nutrients and I was left with, it's decent, it could be thicker, it could also be thinner. It's kind of just medium hair. It's not that thick anymore, it's not super thin, but it's definitely not what it was. But I have a great trick with a curling iron and the products that I use to make it appear a lot bigger, a lot thicker, a lot just like more full and voluminous to where people think that I have like all of this hair and I really don't. So my hair it's pretty long actually. I've been growing it out. I do have some natural layers just from breakage because I went from pink to blonde, and in the meantime I had quite a bit of breakage as far as just like highlighting over platinum hair that had pink hair color on. It's bound to happen. So there are some like natural just kind of like pieces in there anyway that like this little piece, let's just say, broke off. So I have natural layers in there, but she doesn't cut layers in there except for just around my face, just to kind of like keep the ends looking clean around here. But for the most part, that is what my hair looks like. I feel like people don't actually get to see how long it is in my videos because I'm always like up close and personal, but it's quite long. My boobs are here and it's like, you know, it's getting there. Hopefully this will help you to trick people into thinking that you have mounds of hair when you don't. So anything I can do to help. If you guys enjoy this, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. You can follow me on Instagram. That's when I always let you guys know when I have a new video up, and there's pictures in there. I do giveaways. It's all good stuff. So go ahead and follow me on there as well. But let's go ahead and get into the tutorial. Everything will be linked down below as usual. So if there's anything that you see in this video that you're like, oh, that's it, I need big hair, I need this product, it'll be linked in the description box. So be sure to open that up and check it all. I will leave it all down for you. So you guys can just click on the link. It'll take you right on over and you can go and check out the products for yourself. But here you guys go. Okay, so as you can see, oh, my little curling iron just beeped at me. As you can see, my hair is crazy, especially my bangs. Last night I showered, I washed my hair with the Body Shop Banana Truly Nourishing Shampoo, and then I did a hair mask. This is the Banana Truly Nourishing Hair Mask from the Body Shop. These two are amazing, honestly. If you have dry hair, if you get highlights, if your hair feels mangled, you guys need to get this. I leave this on for like 5 or 10 minutes. Then I get out of the shower, I put a hair towel on, I let it kind of like soak up as much moisture as possible. And then I use the Unite 7 Seconds Condition Leave-In Detangler. I spray that mainly on all of my ends, a little bit on the top, just to kind of like my hair still dry up on the top as well. And then I let it dry naturally and I go to sleep, usually when it's kind of damp. So then I wake up looking like an absolute crazy lady, especially the bangs. They're like insane right now. So this is all dry. It's just like basically just dried naturally and it's got some crazy waves in it. So usually what I will do is part it right in the middle and I'll put it to 2 separate sides. This is the GHD Curve Soft Curl Iron. So this is a 1 1/4. This helps to give you kind of like those looser kind of soft waves. And then it has your little, what's it right here, this, when it lights up, it tells you that's when it's done. But while it's heating up, it's not a solid ring, and then all of a sudden it'll beep at you, which is probably what you heard right at the beginning, and then it lets you know like, yes, it's heated up. So this one heats up to 365, so it's amazing if you have stubborn hair that is hard to curl. So basically I always start on my left side and I take a piece like this. What is that? I don't know, 2-inch piece or something. And the first curl I always do is towards my face, and I start at the top and then I kind of just like very softly bring down the curling iron, but I always leave, see this little lip of hair? I leave like a 2-inch section out, and I curl it all the way up to the root. And then this is the key. Once you are done with the curling, that's when you're gonna pull it straight down and pull on that little last bit, and that's why it's gonna give it a nice straight kind of edge. So then the next piece I take, I curl away. So I'm gonna turn the curling iron, and it's going to be, oh, I guess it's towards. Basically, I just change positions back and forth, and it makes your hair look like it's so much thicker than it is. Like, I think people probably think, I have decent amount of hair, but I don't have that thick of hair. It's gotten a lot thinner since I've had kids. And this way, your hair will look so much more thick, so much more voluminous. People ask me all the time if I have extensions. No, it's just this hair trick. And it's gonna make your curls and your hair just look way thicker than it actually is. It's all about tricking people, my friends. We're not giving them the real us. We're giving them a fake version of us. So see, again, I pulled those ends down so that they're nice and straight, and then I flip it back over. The next piece I do, I'm gonna curl it away from the face. So away from the face, and I basically just go back and forth doing it this way, wrapping it all the way up, leaving those little 2-inch ends out. And then the trick is to just pull it down and then just straighten out those ends. And I feel like this way, going one away, 1, 2, one away, 1, 2, like 1 towards your face, it just makes it look so much thicker. Again, I'm just gonna pull it straight, and you've got your straight edge, and I'm gonna put that back over. Now we're gonna be doing it towards. It's also actually, I find, to be quite helpful when you let your hair dry naturally as well, because you're already getting, I mean, if you have wavy hair like I do, you're getting that natural, like, kind of like fullness, versus when I blow dry my hair, it makes it look really flat and like sleek, and then I feel like you don't get as much body in it. So I always just let it dry naturally, wake up with it looking like a lion's mane mess, and then when you curl it, it just kind of already adds a little bit more body. Again, I'm gonna pull that down and straighten it out. That was a good one. Okay, so this one I think is away, because we just did towards. The trick also is to start at the kind of mid shaft of your hair, and then just kind of like tap the little handle and then work it all the way up. And that way I just feel like your curl is just so much better. It's more consistent. You're not just curling at the bottom. This one wants to keep falling over, you little ninny. Stop it. And then again, I'm just pulling straight down and then pulling those ends straight. And then I'm just gonna put these over to the side because they're irritating me. And this curling iron is actually quite lightweight, which makes it really easy to hold. It's just like super easy to use. Do I see all these Einstein hairs? I look like I'm crazy. Like I just got an electric shock or something. Now, obviously, the bigger the curling iron, this like looser your curls are gonna be, and the tighter, the tighter. So I think the best size for me personally is 1.25 inches or 1.5 inches. Obviously, if you have longer hair, you can go like even up to a 2-inch. That's gonna give you really soft curls. But this way, you're still getting curls in there, but it's not going to be like super tight. And by leaving the ends out, then you'll still get that kind of like wave where it's just like, oh, I'm just so cash, versus like a Shirley Temple curl all the way to the end. Sometimes though, when you get distracted, like if the kids will come in between, and then I'm like, oh, was I doing away or towards? So sometimes it's okay if like you kind of like mess up a little bit and you're like, oh crap, I forgot. Don't worry. I mean, the whole point of it is to be just like not routine, like not perfectly in a perfect order. So if you get one here and there that you've just like accidentally, you know, whoops, I just did this one towards and this one away, like it's okay if you kind of forget. It happens to the best of us, my friends. So now once I get to the top, these are usually the last 3 pieces that I do. So this one I always do away, I try to get like really close up there. Okay, then the next one I do is towards my face. Again, trying to get like nice and close up to the hairline. And then these ones, I kind of do a little twist. And then the last one, I always do away from the face. So then I'm going to do the exact same thing on this side. So the first one is always away, and then towards, and then away, and then towards. Speed through this, and then we'll get on to the actual like styling part. Okay, so sometimes you'll go back and you'll see like little pieces that look kind of crazy at the root. And basically what I'll do is I'll just go in there and just get like real close and just kind of like, it's almost like you're flat ironing it out so that you don't have any like weird little creases. Just to kind of smooth it on out. So now we need to figure out my bangs because they look ridiculous. This is the Unite Liquid Volume Instant Texture Hold. And basically what I do is I go in sections and I spray the root and then I kind of just dust it down the rest of my hair, but mainly focusing at the root, and then kind of whatever falls down onto the ends will give you that texture. And then I kind of just like let it kind of fluff in the air. Then we're gonna go to the next side. Whoops, that was too small. As you can see, I'm almost out of this stuff, which is a total bummer because I love it. I need to get some more. Jay's been using it on his hair. It works great if your husband wants like a really good, like, you know, kind of little floof in the front. Then, and their hair is stubborn, just get it a little damp and then just do it a little in the front and it stays all day. Because Jay's usually falls with anything else. Okay, so then I'm gonna get one little section in the back. And this stuff does add a ton of texture to your hair. So if you don't like the feeling of like hairspray or kind of powder in your hair, you're not gonna like it. But if you want big hair and volume and it makes it look like you have amazing, fabulous, fat hair, you're gonna want it. It doesn't feel great in there, but you're not gonna be fiddling your fingers through it anyway. You want it to stay big and voluminous. So I'm gonna kind of just like let that dry for a minute. Okay, so now that it is all kind of dried, that powder, that's when I go in and I just start massaging it right at the root, right where we sprayed all the texture spray. You just kind of want to rub it around and that's just going to give you instant volume. And then you just kind of like finger it through your ends so that you kind of are just like getting it through there and just kind of pull those little straight pieces down. Same thing on the other side. You're just kind of like rubbing as if you were like, oh, I have such a bad itch. Just kind of rub your scalp and your roots so that you get all of that product distributed through the rest of your hair. And then it kind of starts to move down the shaft. And then again, I kind of just like finger the curls and then just kind of like pull the ends down. And then it kind of just makes it like all piecey. Okay, and then see how it just like, it's like all those like waves, and then you have all this body and it looks like you have tons of hair, but you don't. You're just tricking everyone. It's like a padded bra. They get all excited and then they come home with you and you take off your padded bra and there's nothing there. Okay, then I just take a little bit of the Way finishing cream and I just take a little bit in my fingers and I just kind of like rub that on the edges of my bangs just to kind of like calm it down if there's any pieces that are like trying to fly away and like, you know, mess you all up in life. Then you can kind of just like piece them out a little bit. So see how now they're like sitting a little bit nicer, they're like softer, they're kind of a little bit piecey at the ends versus like fluffing out. And that, my friends, is what I do. And then whatever is left on my fingers, I just kind of like pull through the ends. My hair actually curled really well today because I did that mask. I feel like when it's drier, it doesn't curl as well. So like if you want real good curls, do a mask the night before so that it's like super hydrated, and you'll find that you'll get better curls out of your hair. The drier your hair, usually the less it will curl. So if you know that you're going to be going to an event and you want your hair to really hold that curl and like stay looking just real lovely, then do a really good mask the night before and leave it on for like 10 or 15 minutes. I highly recommend this one. I just think it's so good if you have dry hair, the banana one. And then that way it'll kind of nourish your hair and it will make your hair want to hold the curl better, because my hair actually is like, hasn't been this curly for a while. It's holding onto the curl so good. So there you go, my friends. That is how I like to curl my hair and make it look way thicker and way fuller than it actually is. It's totally a hair trick. If you need that volume, if you want to look like you're just a luscious goddess full of hair, this is what you need to do. Remember, the key is to go towards the face, away from the face, towards the face, away from the face. That way it creates so much body. There's like so much chaos going on that you just have all of this hair and it's so great. And then leaving those ends out just still makes it look like kind of like wavy and like loose and a little bit more beachy. And then these sprays really also make a huge difference. If you want to have really full hair, I highly recommend getting a spray, like a texture spray, because those do such a good job of just like fattening up that follicle and just making it look so much bigger than it actually is. So there you guys go. This curling iron is awesome if you want those just like really good soft kind of beach curls. The thing I love about this one is that because the button is right underneath the little handle, you don't accidentally turn it off. I have another one that's slightly bigger and it's like so annoying because the button is right here. So right where you hold it, I'm constantly pushing it off, and then I'll be curling and I'm like, what's happening? Nothing's going on. And then I realize I've turned it off. So I love the placement of the button. I think it's such a genius idea. And then it really does do a great job of like curling evenly, and just it heats up super fast. You don't have to worry about like waiting around for it to heat up. It's a really awesome curling iron. So if you want a little bit more curl, a little bit more body, just like more hair, I would definitely recommend getting this one. Again, it's the 1.25 inch one. If you have longer hair and you want slightly softer waves, I would go with at least a 1.5. But if you have like my length of hair, which is pretty long, and you just kind of like really want like that big full like curled look, that is the best size, I think, for building volume and really just making it look like you have a ton of hair when you really don't. I mean, we just have so many great options, don't we, as ladies? We have makeup, we have padded bras, we have, I think they even have padded shorts. I don't need that at all. I don't need a padded bra or padded shorts. So I need like minimizings. But like, we have so many options to fool people. Fool women, fool men. We're just full of tricks. It's awesome. So hopefully you guys found this helpful. It's all about working with what you've got and making it appear like it's way better than it is. That's all that I do. If you guys found this helpful, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I will leave everything linked down below, so you can get the curling iron, the shampoo, the conditioner, everything that I used and showed in this video will be linked down below for you guys. So if you are interested in picking any of these items up, then check them out. I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. You can always follow me on Instagram as well if you are not getting notified of my videos. then go and check my stories. I always have them in my stories. I also put them on my highlight reel where it says YouTube videos. All of my videos are always in there. And I put them on my blog, samshermer.com. So if you aren't being notified, those are the ways that you can always go and check. Enjoy your guys' day, and I'll see you again very soon.